History chapter 6, new questions and ideas. As we have already discussed about teaching of Lord Buddha, today we discuss about an Upanishad. Today we discuss about journalism. First of all, everyone look at this picture. It's the pic of Lord Mahavira. Vardhaman Mahavira is regarded as the real founder of Jainism. Is associated with Jainism. The Jainas believe that Mahavira was the last of the 24 Trintakaras. Means a great teacher. Trintakara means a great teachers. Everyone can write down. The first was Rishabhadeva. Their teaching constitute the core of the religion of Jainism. The follower of Jainism known as Jainas. Jains believe in the existence of 24 Trintakara, 24 great teachers. Trintakara, a person, a great teacher, a person who has achieved enlightenment and shows the path to others. Write down everyone. Trintakara, a great teacher, a person who has achieved enlightenment and shows the path of others. So, Vardhaman Mahavira, known as the founder, regarded as founder of Jainism. Who? Lord Mahavira. Vardhaman Mahavira. Fine. Now, what happened with Lord life? At the age of 30, Mahavira left his home. For the next 12 years, he wandered place to place, from place to place in search of knowledge. Then one day, while meditating, he realized the truth of life. Through this knowledge, he conquered both misery and happiness. खुशी और दुख दोनों पे विजय हासिल की. He came to be known as Jina. Say Jina. The great conqueror. Jina means, and the follower come to be known as Jainas. Those believe in that. Vardhamana Mahavira was born in 1599 BCE in Kundagram. In Kundagram, near Vaishali in Bihar. His father, Siddhartha, was the chief of a famous Kshatriya clan, belonged to Kshatriya clan, and his mother, Trishala, was the princess of Lachiva clan. He was married to Yashoda and had a daughter. At the age of 30, after the death of his parents, he renounced the worldly life. He gave up his kingdom, his family, all possession, and became the Asiatic. He wanted, as I told you, truth of life. So that is why he wandered from place to place in ear the search of truth. So at the age of 12 years he wandered. So at the age of 42, he attained the highest enlightenment, spiritual knowledge. He was now called Jina, conqueror of self. Mahavira means great hero. He spent the rest of his life in the Gangetic plains, spreading the message of Jainism. He died at the age of 72 in 527 BCE at Pavapuri near Rajgiraha. Pavapuri near Rajgirah. Now let's talk about Lord Mahavira teaching. Mahavira and his followers follow which language? Prakrit language. There were the several forms of Prakrit used in different parts of country, named after the region in its use. The Prakrit spoken in Magadha was known as a Magadhi. Means the Prakrit language is a local language. So which language spoken in Magadha state, Magadha area, that language known as Magadhi. And the follower Mahavira known as Jainas. So he led which kind of teaching and which kind of life? He led very simple life, begging for food. They had absolute honest, were especially asked not to steal. Also, they had to observe celibacy. Men had to give up everything, that is the mean, including their clothes. So that was accepted by mostly by the traders, but not by the farmers, agriculture, those were involved in agriculture profession. Because for taking care of the agriculture, they use different kind of pesticides to killing the pests. Am I right? So that is why it was not possible, or the farmer were unable to follow the Mahavira or Jainism, follow the Mahavira or Jainism, because they killing the pests for to save their crops. So it is very difficult for the men and women to follow these strict rules. Nevertheless, thousands of them left their home to learn and they teach the new way of life. Many more remained behind to support those who became monks and nuns, providing with them food. Here is written the word Jaina comes from the mean Jina. Jina means the being, the person who became the conqueror. So as here is written, the Jainism was supported mainly by trader. Why? Because the farmer who had killed the insect to protect their crops found it very difficult to follow these rules. Am I right? Different part of the north found it more difficult to follow the rules. Kyun? Because they killed the pesticides to protect their crops. So that was against the Jain rule regulation. If you killing, hurting someone else, so it's mean you are not follow the Jain rule regulation. So that is why it was supported mainly by trader, not by farmers. Over 100 of years, Jainism spread the different part of North India and Gujarat, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. The teaching of Mahavira and follower were transmitted orally for the several centuries. Verbally, they exchanged the teaching of Mahavira one to another generation. But after that, they were written down in a form of, they were presently available, is called the place where it is available, that is Vallabhi in Gujarat. About 1500 years ago, that was written in form of book. Fine. Now the next one is Sangha. The both Mahavira and Buddha felt that only one who left their home can attain the truth of life, attain the true knowledge. So that is the first requirement, that if you want to become the follower of Jainism and Mahavira, you should left your home, left all comforts. Now, after those left their home for to gain the true teaching, true knowledge, they arrange for them to stay together in Sangha, an association of those, the people, the group of those people who left their homes. So that is known as Sangha. Okay. Understood? I hope it is understood by all. Please show me your digital thumb. So the group of people, the association, those who left their home for gain the true knowledge, that group of people, that's association known as Sangha. The rule made for the Buddhist Sangha were written down in the world book, one book, that book known as Vinaya Patika. In this book, the all rule regulation written down for those were followed by the Sangha. From this we know that they were separate branches. By this book information, we come to know that in that Sangha, that were the different branches for men and women. All men could join the Sangha. Children had to take permission if they want to join the Sangha. So the children could take the permission from their master. The worker who work under the king should take permission from their king. Okay, or the women who want to join this Sangha, they should take permission from their husbands. So after their permission, they can join this Sangha. That is a compulsory, mandatory rule regulation for each and every one. Okay, men and women who join the Sangha led simple life. That is, they meditated for most of the time, but went to the city and village to beg for food during the fixed hour. That is why they were known as bhikshu, and Prakrit word for the renouncer, beggar. Bhikshuni, the bhikshuni word for women. They taught others, helped one another. They also help meeting to the settle down their cruel, their conflict, their लड़ाई, जो भी लड़ाइयाँ होती हैं. They took place within a sangha. Those who joined, जो संघा ज्वाइन करते थे, इंक्लूडिंग कौन कौन होते थे? ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, मर्चेंट, लेबरर, बार्बर, politicians, slave. Many of them write down their experience, their teaching, the teaching of Buddha. Some of them compose beautiful poems and describing their life in Sangha. Let us have look the pic of viharas. Here you can see the pics of viharas. As I told, they wander from place to place, but in harsh climatic condition, when there is a heavy rainfall or due to harsh climate, they take shelter in these caves. To begin with, the Buddha, Jaina, Buddhist monk went to place throughout the year. They wandered. For which purpose? To teaching people. The only time they stayed in one place during the rainy season, when it was difficult to them to travel, to wander place to place, from place to place. Then their supporters built temporary shelter for them in garden, or they lived in natural caves in hilly area. You can see in these area, hilly area. As time went on, many supporters of monk and nun, they themselves felt to need a more permanent settlement, and so monasteries were built. Monastery. What is the monastery? They is known as viharas, where the place where the all monks and nuns take shelter during rainy season. Viharas, in the earliest time, the viharas were made up of wood, then of bricks. Some even in caves, as I have given shown on pictures, were dug out in hills, especially in Western India. The Buddhist text tells us what it tells us. They tell us the water of river lost their name and separateness when they flow into the mighty ocean. जब नदियां सागर में मिल जाती हैं तो वो अपनी इंडिविजुअलिटी लॉस कर देती हैं. सेम वे दोज वर वर्नास एंड रैंक और फैमिली फॉरगेटन, भूल जाते हैं लोग अपनी जाति, वर्ण और अपनी परिवार को जब वो किसके अनुयायी बन जाते हैं, व्हेन दे बिकेम द फॉलोअर बुद्धा और जैन. वो सिर्फ एक मॉन्क रह जाते हैं. Very often the land on the viharas built on the donated. Who donated the land for the viharas for the ministry? The rich merchant, landowner, king. The local people came with a gift like food, clothing, medicine for the monk and nuns. In return, what the monk and nun given to them? They given the teaching. Their teaching, they taught the people. Over century, Buddhism spread a many part of the subcontinent beyond. Now the next one, very important, the system of ashram. Okay, everyone? Now, let's talk about the system of ashram. Around the time when the Jainism and Buddhism became popular, the Brahmins defined the system of ashram. The ashram does not mean that the people or the place where the people live or meditate. The ashram means the stages of life. Ashram means stages of life. So they divided the 4 stages of life in human being, lifetime of human being. First, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya men were expected to lead the simple life and study the Vedas during the early period, their lifetime. Okay. Now let's talk about these 4 ashrams, the 4 stages of life. That is, first is Brahmacharya, second is Grastha, third one is a Vanaprastha, and fourth is a Sannyas. Okay. So first let's talk about the Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya, in this, the Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya were expected to lead the simple life and they study Vedas in this period. All young boys study Vedas and they lead simple life during the early years of their life, means in the age of their childhood. When they became young, mature, then they get married. They had to marry and leave a householder. So that stage of life known as Grastha Ashram. When they had to marry and they leave householder. Then the next stage, when they had to live in the forest, Vana yani forest, and meditate. That is Vanaprastha. When they lead a simple life, they had to give up their comfort life and they live in Vana, yani forest, and meditate. That is Vanaprastha. Now finally they had to give up all its comfort or everything and became sannyasi. So these are the 4 stages of life: Brahmacharya, Grastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasan. And ashram does not mean the place where people live or meditate. It's here. The ashram means the stages of life. And they describe the 4 stages of life: Brahmacharya, Grastha, Vanaprastha or Sannyas. Brahmacharya, when they, early age, in that age, they expected to lead simple life and learn Vedas. Second, when they had to marry and leave householder as the third stage, they live in forest and meditate. And fourth, they give up everything and became sannyasi. The system of ashram allowed men allowed men to spend some part of their life in meditation. The women were not allowed to study Vedas. And they had to follow the ashram chosen by their husband. It shows that time the man dominated society. Okay. Now here is a one case study, or you can say about one another lot. So have a look. So if you find the Iran in your map, the Zoroaster was an Iranian prophet, Lord. His teaching was contained in which book? Avastha. Okay. The language of Avastha described in a very simple those of the Vedas. The basic teaching of Zoroasters are contain the maximum God thoughts, God word, and God deeds. Interdependent. The Zoroaster contain the maximum his teaching believe on good thought, good word, and good deeds. Here is a verse from the Jain Avastha. Okay. The Lord grandstand in rule, truth, and good thinking. Mean by one shall create peace and tranquility. For more than 1,000 years, the Zoroastrianism was a major religion of Iran. Later, the Zoroastrians migrated in Gujarat and the Maharashtra area, the coastal area of Gujarat and Maharashtra. Now they were the ancestor of today's Parsi. So today's the Parsi are the Parsi ancestors are Zoroastrians. Okay. Now let's talk about the teaching of Mahavira, that right belief, right knowledge, right action. Right belief, right knowledge, and right action. And the teaching of eightfold path of the Buddhas: right thought, right belief, right speech, right action, right mean of livelihood, right efforts, right memory, and right meditation.